1, 2, 3. Babe.
Yeah.
Did you know? I did not know this. This is new information. That Ice Cube, was blacklisted from Oprah. Oprah blacklisted him.
I did not know that. I saw, I glanced at the clip with Tucker. I didn't look at it, but I saw it. I was like, this would be something good to do, and you picked it. So I'm interested to hear.
Allegedly, I'll say that.
Yeah, but I'm just, curious to hear. You're hearing a whole, a lot of things now that are coming up lately in the media.
I know. Like, I want to know, she blacklisted him in what way? Like,
how? I was going to say how.
And, like, you're right, because he has his own power. So,
and why do people allege it?
So why would you be doing this of all interviews? I mean, you could do an interview with anyone. You're doing an interview with me. Obviously, you're going to take abuse for doing that. Like, why would you do that?
Because I think it's silly not to talk to people. I think whether we agree or not,
right,
that has nothing to do with it. It's like, this is what it's all about. Let's talk about it. Let's debate. And I've been shut out.
Wait, that sounds like right-wing extremism and whataboutism.
But I've been shut out. Some platforms will not have me on.
Why?
They don't like that I'm, an independent thinker. I'm not part of the herd. I'm not part of the go along to get along gang, so to speak. So, I'm an outsider. And so, I'm not part of the club. So I have to go places for one, that I'm welcome, and where I can voice my opinion without somebody, saying I'm a bad person and that they never want to have me on their platform again.
What platforms have banned you?
I've been I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View.
Why?
Well, a few of the guests just really didn't like where I was coming from. So, or a few of the hosts, I mean. So that's what I was told by the producers. I don't know if the producers was just copping out and using some of the hosts to not have me come on and explain myself, but...
You'd be a good booking for them.
I've been on there before.
Yeah.
It's just when I've became an independent thinker, when I've, I'm not, I don't follow their brand of politics, I guess.
But if you can't think for yourself, then you're not really free, are you?
No, you're not. You're not. But I've been excluded. I've been excluded on Oprah.
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah, I've been excluded. Yeah, man.
I would think you'd be the person Oprah would want to promote. I mean, you grew up in South Central, you were successful at a young age, you have dignity, you say what you think. Like, I thought that was the goal.
Me too. I don't know what it is, but, several of my, I had a movie called Barbershop,
Yeah, I remember.
That I wasn't invited to participate with the cast. I produced a show called Black White, and it was a very controversial show. And once again, they had the whole cast on, but I wasn't invited. And so I don't know.
On Oprah's show.
Yeah, so I don't know what that's.
But Oprah is obviously a saintly, godlike figure who's revered by all decent people. Why would she exclude you?
I really don't know. That's something that I would love to find out. But I can't tell you. There's a single thing that I've done or said to her.
Have you noticed that it is more controversial to criticize Oprah than to burn the American flag?
Really?
Seems that way. I've never heard anybody criticize Oprah. Do you think it's political or do you think it's deeper than that? I mean, you're not like a right-winger.
No.
No? No. You don't even seem that political.
No, I'm not really. I'm pretty much, just want to do right by the people, So if that comes through political means, that comes through the private sector, wherever it comes, I'm down to work with whoever's down to do something right for the people.
So I remember reading you say something along the lines of, I didn't vote for Trump, I'm not a Trump voter. You actually attacked Trump at one point, but you were willing to meet with Trump. Do you think that crossed a line?
I think some people didn't like that, but I think it's idiotic. Enemies meet.
Right.
They talk. I'm pretty sure, there's some communication between Russia and the Ukraine right now. Somebody's on the phone talking to somebody, trying to come up with a solution. So we just got to talk. That's the only way we're gonna work this out. You know, I know when the talking stops, the fighting starts. You know, a lot of people, they, you know, think I'm a, you know, Republican. I'm a right winger, just because I was willing to speak to the Trump administration. I mean, and I was willing to speak with the Biden administration as well. You know,
have you?
One guy in the administration, but it didn't go anywhere. You know, it was basically a, you know, take my temperature kind of call. We'll get to it, like, but you know, they never got to it or never planned to. As a matter of fact, the guy left the administration, so. You know, after talking to him for a year or so, he was gone, and then, you know, we were left really with no one to continue the conversations.
What do you think of Biden?
I don't think he's given the people who put him in exactly what they thought they were going to get from him.
His most loyal voters, according to the polls anyway, are black voters, particularly black women. Mm-hmm. And those numbers don't seem to change. So no matter what happens or doesn't happen. So do you expect they ever will change?
You know, whether they become independents and not vote for anybody who's not bringing it. You know, it's like people want your vote. They have to do something to earn it. If they don't earn it, why are you going down there and pulling that lever?
Because the other side hates you. That's the pitch they make. We may suck, but the other side hates you.
You're supposed to dance with the person you brought.
Yeah.
You know? And the person that brought you to the dance, you guys are supposed to dance together. And if that doesn't happen, you got to go find another dancing partner before the night is up and the music stops.
What do you think of Kamala Harris?
I mean, obviously she's a great politician to be able to become the vice president of the country. I don't know how effective she is at her job.
What's your view of the police at this point?
It's the same, you know. It really is, you know. It's like looking at, like, what's your view of the military? Like, they're the military. They're always gonna be the military. If I asked you this in 1946, you'd be like, they're the military. Yeah. So it's a fraternity, it's an organization that does things a certain way. And I think their philosophy sometimes is detrimental to the people they're serving, because I think cops have a win and make it home philosophy. Win whatever battles you have in the street, make it home at night. And that's actually the most important thing. And everything else, people's rights, doing things the right way, you know, being totally fair and square all the time and not, you know, being a little aggressive, you know, all that comes second to win the encounter, make it home at night. And you can't really fault somebody for thinking that way as a police officer, but that's the philosophy. So everything else comes second to that. So guy might not care if he violated your rights. He's gonna win this encounter. He's gonna make it home tonight. And that's all that matters. And sometimes I think that's what we see is an organization hell-bent on winning and not a fraternity or organization hell-bent on upholding the law and doing everything right or by the book, so to speak.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's just the nature of that fraternity.
Maybe of organizations.
Yeah, you know, it's they come with a philosophy, and you know, you can try to buck it if you want to, but more than likely they're gonna get you out the way and stay in formation.
Ain't no bucking when it comes to police. I don't care.
No,
what
and
say.
they're needed. They're relative. Just like all the stuff that's going on right now today. If we didn't have the police, it would be complete, absolute chaos. I mean, why would we not need to have law enforcement? That was the most stupid thing that I've ever heard. Is defund the police. So who is going to protect the citizens who are doing things the right way? The upright citizens. Who gonna protect them? What are you gonna use against those out there in the street that's coming to parades, shooting people? Nightsticks, tasers? Come on. You need law enforcement. That is the most dumb. I mean, that just makes no absolute sense.
I wouldn't even consider that even a thought in my mind talking about taking the police. No, I need the police.
Crazy.
Police need to be funded. The firemen need to be funded.
Yes.
The EMTs need to be funded.
Of course.
So I don't know. I don't know. Like when it comes to that, I have a different thinking, and it's not the fact that I haven't gone through things. I have gone through things in my life, but as you get older, you get wiser.
This is new. I didn't know this was going on.
Yeah.
You know, with Ice Cube.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could, like you say, anytime you have a person that's going to think outside of the box, or that's going to think for themselves, and be able to put two and two together and stand up for their point of view, whether you agree with it or not, and they don't agree with your point of view, it's like they get blackballed, and that's a shame. And
stuff keep coming back from this particular person that either runs you over or excludes you. So,
wow. Well, I mean,
that's like divide and conquer.
It's been what we've been hearing and what's been alleged about how, they're moving in, certain people move in Hollywood. I'm sure everybody doesn't move that way, but you have quite a few people who don't really, I was going to say, a better way to put it is really caring about themselves, is not really truly caring about other people. But they lead you to believe they really truly care about other people, and maybe they've done things to show you that they do. But for whatever reason, at the end of the day,
let me tell you, and
money talks and BS runs a marathon.
It's some great men of God.
Pretty much.
That's a part of Hollywood. Not everybody's weird.
Right. No, not everybody does. Not everybody steps on people to get to where they want to go.
Correct.
Or won't at least have a conversation. Like, if you can't have a conversation, how are things going to get settled?
Correct.
We should be able to at least have a conversation, agree to disagree.
That's right. All right, y'all. 2024, be more.
And talk less.
We'll see y'all go.
Yeah.
What did I say? I see y'all go. Okay. All right.